Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a while, so I couldn't upload any videos to this channel because okay, it doesn't matter. The most important thing is that I am here and I am back. So today in the database management video series, we are going to start off a brand new question, that is question number 32. So stay tuned, this is question number 32. Roll the intro.
So guys, in question number 31, if you can remember, we started off with this RLA shoe center question. So the main problem in this shoe center was that they were recording all the details in physical material, that means in books and papers. So this was not much accurate at that time. So AI Soft, which is a hypothetical software development company, was assigned to build a software for recording all these details. So according to the question, we are assigned to design the database for this software, and we have been designing this database from question number 31, and now this is question number 32. So part by part we are designing this database according to the question, and we are designing this according to question and answer format. Okay, so in question number 32 we have 7 parts. We have 7 parts in this question, so I am going to answer them one by one. So starting off from the first question, we have create a product table to store product information. Okay, now we are going to store the product information, and in order to do that we need a table. So we are going to design a table, and which has 3 columns, with the first column having the data type int, second column having the data type varchar, and the third description having the data type text, because it's a lengthy column. Okay, now I'm going to open my MySQL Workbench. I'm going to share the screen like this, so it's easy. And now my first column, I'm going to design a table. I just clicked on the table icon here, and I'm going to double click on it, and I'm going to name the table as product, because this is product table, and my first column will be product underscore ID. I'm going to use auto increment for that. Then for the second column I am going to give product underscore name. Okay, so there's nothing new. This is all of these are things that we have discussed so far, so there's nothing new. And my third column will be the description. Description, which will have a data type of text. Okay, text having a length of 100 according to the question. The length of the characters in this column should be exactly 100. Okay, so I'm done with the first question. That means my first question was designing the product table. That's why I told these are very easy questions. These are short and sweet questions which have short and sweet answers, obviously. Okay, moving on to the second question. We have they are asking us to create the brand table. So in the brand table you have only 2 columns. The first column is the brand ID, and then the second column is the brand name. Okay, now let's move on to the workbench. I'm going to click on the table icon and create a table here. Double click on it, and you will be given a menu to change the settings of this table. So first of all, I have to name this as the brand table. Then I'm going to give the name as a first column name as brand ID, brand underscore ID. Then giving it auto increment, I will name the second column as the brand name. Okay, now giving the brand name, I have to give a character length of 45. So in default, automatically the varchar, when you select varchar data type, it automatically adjusts the data length as 45. Okay, so that was the end of the second question. So these are very easy questions, so don't worry. Okay, so I have completed 2 questions, so I'll just mark them so it's easy. Okay, first one is done, second one is done, then we have the third one. So in the third one, we have to create a GRN table to store bill details provided by suppliers when selling inventory to the store. Okay, now if you are wondering what is GRN, GRN is shortened for Good Received Notice. Good Received Notice is it's like an invoice but in the side of the seller. That means when in a shop you have to purchase goods if you want to sell them. So when you are purchasing goods from another seller, which obviously you should be a seller, and you are buying stuff from another seller, and there you get a GRN, and when you sell those stuff to other customers, you are giving an invoice. So GRN is actually an invoice from the seller's perspective. That means a person who is selling to you, and you should also be a seller. You are selling those products which you are buying from the other seller to higher price. Okay, so anyway, we are going to design the GRN table for our database. So take a table here, then double click on it. I'll name it as GRN because they have told us to name it as GRN, and GRN underscore ID. My second column should be GRN underscore date. That means the good received note date. That means the date which this good received notice is issued. Okay, so I'll just have to give this as the data type date time. I don't have to give a length. They haven't mentioned anything about the length. Okay, so that's it for the GRN table. Moving on to the next question. So far we have completed 3 questions. So next table we have to design the GRN item table. Okay, GRN item is a completely different thing. So I have to design the GRN item table. So by the looks of it, there's going to be a lot of tables in this question. No doubt about that. So GRN item table. Then my first column is quantity. Okay, quantity, and I have to give it as in. So they haven't given any specifications about that. So I'll have to give this unit underscore price. Okay, so and I have to give it the date type as double. Okay, here I have to select double. Okay, here we have double. Next I have to give the selling underscore price. Then also here I have to give double. Okay, so there you have it, the GRN table. There should be a little smaller. So here I have GRN table. Here I have the GRN item table. So I didn't have this because I haven't selected the table. I have just added the column, so there was an error there, so sorry for that. So next I have completed the 4th question. After the 4th question I have completed. Then we are supposed to create the stock table. So in the stock table you have information about the quantities of items currently available for sale. Okay, this stock table is totally responsible for the information of the quantities that which is currently available for sale in the in this RLA issue center. So here I have to create the stock table. Just select quickly. Okay, we have the stock table. and as the first column I have to give as stock ID. Stock ID. So ID have to give it as primary key and auto increment. So once you give this auto increment tick, automatically the primary key and the not null ticks will also be given. Okay. Next I have to give the quantity, and this should also have the data type as int. Okay, here we have it at the top, and next we have the selling price. And you have to give the data type as double. So if you are wondering why I am giving this data type as double, because the selling price has can have like so in Sri Lanka we have cents, rupees and cents. So for example 100 rupees and 50 cents, so 100.50. so it's a decimal, so for decimals we are representing the data type as double. Okay. So now that's the end of the stock table. Moving on to the sixth question. So fifth question is done. Okay. Next we have the invoice table. We have to make the invoice table. So the invoice table stores the bill details provided to the customer. So as I told you, GRN is as same as an invoice, but in the perspective of a seller. A seller becomes a customer to another seller. So that customer who is a seller receives a good receive notice instead of a invoice. So when you consider customers, that means real customers who are the last consumers, get an invoice from the seller, from the final seller. Okay, so I am going to create an invoice. Just double click on this, then you can give this as invoice, then invoice underscore ID, giving it auto increment and primary key is automatically given. So giving the date, so if you can remember, the date has data type of date time. Okay, it should be date time. Okay, I have the data type as date time. Okay, moving on to the next and final question. So we have created the invoice table. Okay, moving on to the last one. Here in the last question they are asking create a table called invoice item. So GRN item, invoice item. That's how it goes. So as the final table, I am going to design the invoice item table. Okay, now I have created the invoice underscore item table. Okay, invoice underscore item table. So invoice underscore item underscore ID. This is how you name the column according to the question. So I have to give auto increment for this one also. Auto increment and primary key, they have given this in the question. So next we have to name the next column as the quantity. QTY. Okay. I have to give the data type as int also for this one. Then I'll leave it as not null, because always there should be a quantity if you are giving an invoice. Okay, and it's better if I give a default value for this quantity. I'll give it as 0. I'll give this default expression as 0. Okay, I guess that would work. Okay, now we have all the tables created, and that's also the end of question number 32. So I'll meet you guys in the next video, that is question number 33. I'm going to discuss a really important part in this topic. That means I'm going to make the relations. So now we have designed all the tables. Now in this question we are going to design all the relations. in this database. So I'll meet you guys in the next video. So until then, stay safe. So bye guys.